The old house on Miller's Road had always been the subject of hushed whispers and exaggerated tales. Every Halloween, children dared each other to approach its leaning gate, but no one ever made it past the rusted hinges. This year, however, was different. A group of teenagers, fueled by bravado and a thirst for excitement, decided to prove the legends wrong. Liam, the self-proclaimed leader, pushed open the creaking gate. It groaned in protest, a sound that echoed eerily in the moonless night. Sarah, ever the cautious one, clutched her flashlight, its beam cutting through the oppressive darkness. Behind them, Mark and Chloe exchanged nervous glances, their initial bravado quickly fading. The house loomed before them, its silhouette a jagged tear against the barely visible sky. Broken windows stared like vacant eyes, and skeletal branches of ancient trees scratched at its decaying facade. A chill, unrelated to the autumn air, snaked its way down Sarah's spine. They stepped onto the porch, the rotten wood groaning under their weight. Liam tried the front door, expecting it to be locked, but to their surprise, it swung open with a mournful shriek. Inside, the air was heavy with the scent of dust, decay, and something else, something metallic and faintly sweet. "Hello," Liam's voice cracked, sounding impossibly small in the vast, echoing foyer. No answer, only the drip, drip, drip of water somewhere in the depths of the house. Sarah's flashlight illuminated peeling wallpaper, cobweb-draped furniture, and a grand staircase that disappeared into the inky blackness above. As they ventured deeper, the house seemed to come alive. Shadows danced in the periphery of their vision, and phantom whispers tickled their ears. A cold gust of wind, though all windows were closed, snuffed out Mark's candle, plunging them into deeper darkness. Chloe let out a small shriek. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream tore through the silence from upstairs. It wasn't one of them. It was a sound of pure terror, followed by a crash that reverberated through the very foundations of the house. "What was that?" Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. Liam, his face pale, tried to regain his composure. Probably just the wind, or an old house settling. But his eyes darted nervously towards the staircase. Another scream, closer this time, pierced the air, immediately followed by the sound of heavy footsteps descending the stairs. Each thud was like a drumbeat in their chests. The temperature in the room plummeted, and their breaths plumed in the frigid air. A figure emerged from the darkness at the top of the stairs. It was tall and gaunt, clad in tattered, old-fashioned clothes. Its face was obscured by shadow, but 2 points of burning red light glowed where its eyes should be. It moved with a slow, deliberate grace, each step resonating with an unearthly chill. The teenagers froze, paralyzed by fear. This was no prank, no ordinary ghost story. The entity paused on the third step, its head tilting slightly as if observing them. Then, a low, guttural growl emanated from its form, a sound that vibrated through their bones. "Run," Sarah finally shrieked, snapping them out of their trance. They turned and bolted, scrambling over each other in a desperate dash for the front door. The creature's footsteps echoed behind them, faster now, heavier. Liam fumbled with the rusted lock, his hands shaking uncontrollably. Just as the door creaked open, a cold, spectral hand brushed against Chloe's arm. She screamed, a raw, primal sound, and stumbled forward, tripping over the threshold. The others dragged her up, not daring to look back, and burst out into the night, gasping for breath. They didn't stop running until they reached the safety of the main road, their lungs burning, their hearts hammering against their ribs. The old house stood silent and dark behind.